Well, there, my dear. It's 3:15 on B15. A couple of weeks ago, we had a letter from Carol Moy, who comes from Leiston in Suffolk, asking to interview Kevin of Dexys Midnight Runners. Your wish is our command. So, hi, first of all, to Carol.
Hi.
Hello. And here's Kevin, sitting over on the right-hand side of you.
Hello.
Basically, anyone who wants to talk to him can join in, because that's the whole idea of B15. You know the telephone number, it's 01580 4411, 01580 4411. Carol, a nice incisive rock interview. Off you go.
Okay, so, for a long time you declined any interviews for fear of having your views misinterpreted by the interviewer. But recently you did an interview on Richard Skinner's show, and now this. Why the sudden change?
Well, the sudden change, it isn't actually a sudden change, it's yet another misconception in a long line, actually, because we've never actually stopped doing interviews for any reason, except with the music press. We stopped doing them about July last year. Ever since then, we haven't.
Why wouldn't you do them with the music press?
Well, for quite a lot of complicated reasons. But well, one is that basically we've got nothing at all against the music press. We just really don't want to be involved in their world. We want to just go alongside it. And you know.
Why have they got something against you then?
You think they've got something against them?
Yeah, because everyone that you read about in the music press seems to be really slagging off Dexys, or seemed to be at the time.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of them were pretty much astounded when we said, look, we don't want to do any more interviews. We're not going to be part of that. They can't understand, I think, or they fail to understand why, you know, everybody doesn't want to be part of their world, where you get you picture on the front cover or whatever, and they say nice things about you, and in return you do certain things, and they carry on, and they have a sort of hand in your career. We really didn't want that. We just want to be on our own, you know, separated from the rest of the music business, just going in our own stream. We find it obviously. It's different, and it makes it different for us, but we find that's good. It's actually a creative situation to be right on your own and away.
Talking of your career, I know that you wanted to ask something, Carol, about reforming the band last year,
yeah,
is that right?
Next question.
Yeah, please.
Last October, most of the band drifted away. Was it difficult to find people who thought the same as the rest of Dexys, or did you just get people who you knew could play well and had got a fair idea of what Dexys were about?
No, actually, it was remarkably easy. It was so easy. You see, what happened is when I formed the original Dexys, I mean, I do actually take a lot of responsibility for the split in the original group, I must, because what happened was I sort of originally formed the group around my own lifestyle, and lots of the ideas I said, look, this is what we're going to do, and this is what we're not going to do, and people like that sort of came over to that from somewhere else, and they said, yeah, we can be part of that. But in the end, they just, as you said, drifted apart. Like, that's the best way of putting it. But during the course of being in Dexys Midnight Runners, the fact that we'd actually sort of gone public and became reasonably well known, I got to meet lots of kindred spirits, lots of similar-minded people, and they are now the Dexys Midnight Runners that you know now.
Well, let's talk about the music, because I think Lee Davis near Malden is on the phone. Right, Lee?
Hello?
Welcome to B15. Ask your question to Kevin, please.
All right, where did you get inspiration for your songs? Do you find it easy or difficult to write songs?
I don't know. I'll tell you, it's neither of those things really. Because I never really think in those terms. I must admit, I don't know how other people write songs or other groups. I don't really know anything about that. But we actually don't sit down and actually try and write songs. It never works out like that. From my own point of view, I actually wait until I've got something. And it's usually hanging around inside me for some time, actually burning up, and I find that's the best way, and I leave it till it has to come out, and then all of a sudden it all just comes pouring out, and that's how I write.
Well, we're talking about intensity. Carol, hang on a second, because I know you've got a couple more questions.